Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and Later still Lake Jackson, so this one's coming from my little shitty galley apartment kitchen in my apartment. Sorry. This is great. It's the end of the summer, so everybody have much fall, so I still have a lot of summer food. So we're going to cook some of this. This is great. It was a suggestion by somebody when we did the, what's it called, pasta salad stuff before. So we're going to jump into this, and it's Texas, so it's got to have jalapeno stuff in it. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff, ring the little bell, get notifications when we do these on Tuesdays and Fridays, and, also check down the link in the doobly-doo for our merch. We got aprons, pot holders, flippers, spatulas, the whole schmear. I think the whole schmear would just be another spoon. That's the limit of our stuff. But we're a small business. We very much appreciate it. Like I said, links down in the doobly-doo. And let's just get into the food. Food. It's over here. Food. All right, a lot of stuff. First thing you're going to need is some shrimp. You want to defrost these. Get the large ones, deveined one if you can. You're going to want a little bit of onion, some grape tomatoes, little bitty besters. And then this stuff is the lime jalapeno dressing. This is kind of what makes it all fancy schmancy. If you don't have that, you can just get the regular Zesty Italian. That's fine. Not a big deal. I use a little bit of freeze-dried cilantro. You can use that. The cube stuff or the fresh stuff, you can get some garlic powder because it's us. Also, the crispy jalapenos go on top. Accidentally make this. And then you're going to need some kind of pasta. So I got the garden rotini. I think I got this like Walmart. It's great value stuff. I just happened to be there and grabbed it. I got it just because it's got a nice, good color to it because you're not going to cover it in pasta or whatever, but you can use whatever you need. First things first, get you a pot. Get it about half to 3/4 of the way full. Crank it up to get to a boil, so you want it pretty high. Your shrimp, go ahead and go wash these out, right? Just especially they're peeled and deveined. You just want to get that water off of them. Get you another pot about halfway up. One's going to be pasta. One's going to be for your shrimp, or it's going to take all the time. So again, put these on high. Get these up to boil. Once they get to a nice bubbling boil, go ahead and put about half your box of your pasta. About half of it is good for about 3 to 4 people, as they swell up pretty good. Always get that last one. And make sure it's all nice and soft in there. And then your shrimp, once they're nice and cleaned, go ahead and throw them in the other one when it's boiling. You want to boil for about 3 to 5 minutes. Keep a spoon nearby, give it a nice stir. You can lower it to about medium high. And so give it about 3 to 5 minutes for the shrimp, and anywhere between 5 and 8 for the pasta. So once you pull the shrimp out and they're nice and firm, they don't want to be overcooked, go ahead and turn those off. Go out and strain and drain those. Don't have to rinse them. Make sure your pasta is being stirred so it doesn't stick on the bottom. Use your pinky out when you're stirring, because that's what makes it fancy. And then now you got your shrimp set them off to the side. Now we're going to prep all the rest of your stuff. Get you a nice sharp knife, thanks to Andy. And you want onion and your tomatoes. You're going to use about half of this package of tomatoes, not the full thing, right? So wash your fucking fruit and veg. Like always, wash your veg. Onion, you're going to peel it, so it doesn't need to be washed that much. But your tomatoes, just go ahead and I went down and just cut them all in half, right? Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. I don't like having to chase the completely round ones around the bowl. So once you get about half of those sliced up, set them over there. Now your onion, just about a half to 1/4 inch size ring of this will be more than enough. Set that down. And now I know my buddy Crom's going to be watching. He's going to give me a hard time for my cutting here, my cutting technique. But be sure to get all the papery stuff off, because you don't want to fight it. If you can't get it, it's just get rid of it. So get this down here, and then just give it a nice, simple line chop, about 1/4 of an inch across. Watch your fingers. I know Crom's toes just curled. So, now turn them, and then give them a cut across the other way. So you're just going to make little squares out of them. You don't want great big chunks of this, because you don't want just a whole mouthful of onion in this thing. So get those done, set them to the side. Now your pasta, again, 5 to 8 minutes. You don't want it too crunchy in the middle. You pull it out and it's nice and squishy, as well as hot. Go ahead and strain and drain this, but don't, rinse it. Don't run it through the water. Just go ahead and make sure you get as much water out of it as possible. Your shrimp, I'm going to show you this. Now take your tail, right? Grab it by the very base of the tail and squeeze it, and it'll peel that little piece of meat out. Be sure to check, make sure your vein's gone, which is basically the digestive system. Again, grab, squeeze the bottom, wiggle it a little bit, and you don't have to chase and worry about that last piece of meat in there. Get all that done. So now this is my original pot. It's a decent size. Shrimps to the side. Go ahead and put your dry pasta in there. Not dry, just not as wet as it was before it cooked. And then go ahead and put your veg in there on top of it, all of it. And then go ahead and add your shrimp. Now this is where we're going to season it. Again, all of this is very optional, unless you're making exactly what we're doing. Use about a teaspoon or so of garlic because I really like that garlic smell, and about the same for cilantro. Now, this is South Texas, put cilantro in everything unless it tastes like soap to you, which I'm sorry for your soul. Now, give these a nice soft toss. Remember, don't be too vigorous with this because the pasta in there will tear because it's pasta, right? So just give it a nice little turn over, man. You're not necessarily folding it into anything, like the rich people like to say, but just make sure your seasoning get everywhere. And then go ahead and get your Italian seasoning, or your Italian dressing. Now, I used the jalapeno and stuff. We used about half the bottle in here, right? See, whoop, about here. Go ahead and get it in there. And again, toss it with that stuff on it. You want to do that separately from the dries for some reason. I don't know if it's just an ancient Italian superstition or what. Now, your crispy jalapeno stuff, don't mix it in or it's going to get all soggy and gross. So, two of those on the top when you're done, and boom, this is ready to serve. This is amazing. It's a spicy, like very much people give pasta salad a bad rep as, oh, it's bland or it's really super simple so you don't have to get it or whatever. This just adds a little something to it, makes it super nice, super fancy, for me at least. If you're just eating on ramen, this is the fanciest noodles that you're ever going to have. These are amazing. Now, it does top out our budget right at about $9. The shrimp itself for $5 to $6, depending on where you're getting them. We're down here on the Gulf Coast. So I'm hoping it'd be cheaper here. But, yeah, this fed at least 4 people once. It's going to feed me at least 3 different times, but I'm a big fat guy, so that's what happens. This one, I left the jalapeno stuff out because I had a friend of mine that wasn't here, so I was able to pull some of that out and pre-mix it with the zesty Italian like we were talking earlier and give it to her so she had something that wasn't spicy, because you can do that kind of stuff and you just be friendly to people, be nice to people. It makes food that doesn't hurt them if they don't want to be hurt, which is fine. So yeah, try this one out. And there you have it, folks. This is awesome. It's still on the spicy side if you put the jalapeno stuff in it, but just a little bit. It's not for me. Get my sinuses going, which is great because it's fall. But if you want to do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. And maybe we'll revisit this. This is a revisit on one we did before, so let us know. That's very much awesome. You can also find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us at all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us at Instagram at Live Between. They had to kind of shorten it down over there to make it fit. You can also find me under my name over on TikTok. You can find me at OzwayNerdy on all those as well. But I'm starting to do some little exclusive videos over there just to get people to come to here. And if you're from there, come here. Glad you could make it. Sorry you had to look at me. And I'll see you next time, y'all. I'm going to go eat some more of this pasta stuff, catch my Halloween specials because it's that time of year. And I'll see y'all next time. Please be safe.